And now the moment when we hear a reading from the Australian Christian Book of the Year for 2013.
I heard the doctors talking about what they obviously thought was my imminent departure from this world. They were all standing around the room in their gowns, talking very seriously about the situation. They had to operate to stop the poisons from deeply infected areas on my shoulder going through my body, and they were talking about whether I'd survive the operation or not. I just got drifts of it.
No, I don't agree. We've got to clean this area up now. The septicemia.
But you won't get through any more surgery.
We have to operate or she's going to die from the infections. It's spreading too fast.
But she's simply not strong enough to survive the procedure.
Why did they imagine I couldn't hear? I was lying there, just wanting to say, right, so I'm going to die then. Of course, at this time, I still couldn't speak or communicate in any way. After much discussion over my body, so to speak, they decided to operate. When everyone had left my room, I lay there, paralysed. This was it then. If I had the operation, I would die. If I did not have it, I would die. I had always known in theory that I must die one day, but realising it would probably be within the next 24 hours came as a king hit. I had never felt so powerless in all my life. Suddenly, I had the realisation, clearly and absolutely, that I really, really wanted to live. At first, after the fires, I wanted to live because I was terrified of dying. But now, I knew I had to stay alive for my children. How could they grow up without me, with nothing left to do? I turned to the God I felt I no longer knew, and I asked for help, the help I desperately needed. Immediately, I had the sensation of being gathered up, and something said, Anne, no matter whether you live or die, this is where you are. It was a moment of profound peace. No matter what happened, all would be well.
The 2013 Australian Christian Book of the Year is Forged with Flames, a true story of courage and survival by Ann Fogarty and published by Wild Dingo Press. Anne and publisher Pauline Hopkins, would you please join us on stage? This is what the judges had to say about Forged with Flames. Where is God when it hurts? This question has rarely been answered more eloquently than by Fogarty and Crawford as they tell the story of Anne's ordeal by fire. This is a distinctively Australian saga. Anne's epic trial began in Upper Beaconsfield, Victoria, when the 1983 Ash Wednesday bushfires left her with life-threatening burns to 85% of her body. Firefighters, surgeons, and nurses became her companions in adversity. Anne brings to her writing the same humour, honesty, and courage with which she suffered the pain, doubt, and despair. The hope is forged by this extreme experience is shared with simplicity and an open heart. It is profoundly comforting to follow her growing assurance of God's presence and loving care. Anne's story is compelling, unforgettable, and inspiring. Ladies and gentlemen, Ann Fogarty.
Wow, how amazing and so exciting to be standing here now. I began this book because my eldest daughter Sarah thought it was a good idea. But there were many, many times during the process of writing it when I wasn't sure it was a good idea at all, and I really wanted to abandon the whole thing. But each time I felt this way, I somehow heard that still small voice that is God, urging me on and showing me how to keep going. I now believe that this is God's book and that he will take it exactly where he wants and needs it to go. I'm very happy, even if terrified at times, to just sit back and go along for the incredible ride it is proving to be. I would like to say thank you to everyone who's been a part of the journey of this book, and especially tonight to my wonderful co-author Anne, and to Kathy and Iris, my publishers at Wild Dingo Press. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you too to everyone associated with this award. It's such a great honour and privilege to receive it. I felt all along that if I were lucky enough to be standing up here tonight, that God was asking me to read a particular John Bunyan passage. So here it is. Although I have been through all that I have, I do not regret the many hardships I met, because it was they who brought me to the place I wish to reach. I carry with me the marks and scars of battles. They are the witnesses of what I suffered and the rewards of what I conquered. These are the beloved marks and scars that will open the gates of paradise to me. There was a time when I used to listen to tales of bravery. There was a time when I lived only because I needed to live. But now I live because I am a warrior and because I wish one day to be in the company of him for whom I have fought so hard. Thank you.